Okay, everybody, hello. hello. Welcome. What's everyone up to this morning, this lovely Wednesday morning? Hopefully all of you are well. I welcome all of you to my first of two gameplay streams for the day. I am Darkside Phil. That is right. The man, the myth, the infamous, blasphemous, contagious, whatever you want to call me. How's it going? Today is Wednesday, June 19th, 2019. And we're going to have a full day streaming today, guys. Full gameplay streaming day. I hope you guys are excited for that. We've also got some new stuff going on here on the streams if you guys have not noticed yet. Let's talk a little bit about that, shall we? So first off, overnight we had some new additions. The first new addition is that we have a new emote for subscribers. It is another frog-related emote. We already had one, and people seem to like it, and people like to use different variations of frogs for different reasons in my stream chat. So someone submitted a second one. I said, why the hell not? Let's have another frog. The more frogs, the merrier, right? So, FYI, we have a few emotes that are pretty outdated at this point. We had one that was Spider-Man Phil, and I'm like, you know, the only Marvel game coming up anytime soon is Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I'm not even guaranteed to play Spider-Man in it. We have no idea when the next Spider-Man game is coming out, so I think we're going to retire the Spider-Man emote for now. Excuse me. There's probably a few more emotes that are on the chopping block as well that basically are rarely used. So, I removed the Spidey emote and we moved in with the new frog emote. I hope that you guys like the new frog emote. I was just saying this on pre-stream. I actually really enjoy the fact that we have a kind of this, like, this, I don't even know what to call it. Is it a meme? I don't know, but, you know, whenever bots come in and spam, whenever we have invaders come in and spam the chat, we have something to combat it with all these frog emotes, right? This frog army or whatever, right? Pretty cool. So, yeah, so now there's basically 3 frog emotes that subs can use. You got the universal one, and then you got the 2 unique ones to my channel. That's pretty nice. So it's pretty cool, all right? Now, in addition to that, overnight we also added 2 new Chat Crown badges for loyal subscribers. The Chat Crown badges are for 3-year and 4-year subs, okay? You may be saying, well, why did you add those? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, because there actually are people, if you can believe it, that have been ongoing subscribers for that long. I started streaming on Twitch in 2013, okay? You know, and back then, you know, I wasn't really concerned with subs and the like. But there were still people back there that subbed and everything, which was very nice. And then I left Twitch. I don't even remember when anymore. It might have been like 2015. I don't even recall. But then I came back in you know, late 20... No, I think it was actually late 2014. I left Twitch, and then I came back in late 2016. So for 2 years, I was streaming on YouTube exclusively. And then I came back. So in reality, I've been streaming exclusively on Twitch for about 2.5 years now. As of this fall, it'll be 3 straight years. But, you know, there was a time period before then when I was streaming on Twitch, too. So there's some people who have already reached 3 years, okay? Now, as for 4 years, there's absolutely no one who should have hit 4 years yet, except for someone who maybe subbed right at the beginning, back when I started in 2013 or whatever. But there might be a few people. There might actually be a few people who are ongoing, you know, subs on and off for that long. So there you go. Now, here's the cool thing is that coming up this fall, we will have some people who will be hitting their 3-year sub mark, and they're going to get the new Rose Gold Crown. All right, the Rose Gold Crown is a crown that is a cool, like almost a pinkish purplish tint to it. And then for the very long time subscribers, all right, I'm gonna put type in the stream chat right now so you guys can see it. Hold on. There you go. This is the 4-year crown, which is kind of like a diamond color to it, I would say. Diamond Cobalt, says Popsicolo. Yeah, so that's the 4-year supporter crown. Okay? So, pretty nice. Right now I think I may be one of two people who have. I think actually, thinking back, I think Super Blind Man should actually have this crown because he was one of my earliest subs back in the day, and I think he's actually hit 4 years, or he's close to 4 years, so he might actually have this crown too, and me, of course, because I'm the streamer, I get it by default. So pretty nice. Okay, so more incentive for you guys to sub. If you guys are looking for a cool chat crown badge, you can have the new 3 and 4 year badges that have been added. Keep in mind, when you sub, you get badges relatively quickly. There's the default badge that's the bronze crown. At 3 months, you get the silver. At 6 months, you get the gold. At 1 year, you get a golden crown encrusted with jewels. At 2 years is when you get the regal looking crown that's gold with the big puffiness and stuff to it. And now at 3 years, you get the rose gold, and at 4 years, you get the diamond. All right, so now we have these incremental crowns. We actually have the ability to do even more than that. Apparently, they changed it. They actually upgraded it, where you can now do it like every 6 months. So technically, we could do like 1.5 years and 2.5 years and 3.5 years. And actually, it now goes all the way up to 8 years. 8 freaking years being a sub. I mean, we may get there, So, we'll see. But those are new additions to the stream. I wanted to call them out, and I obviously want to say thank you to the person who overnight submitted that frog emote. I don't even know who it is because they did it via email, so I have no idea what their online name really is, like in the stream chat or whatever. Thanks for that, and thank you to obviously Popsicolo, who designs all of our chat loyalty crown badges. Thank you for that, sir. Much credit, much love. Okay. All right, so that's some new additions. FYI, also, guys, people are hard at work nominating games for the upcoming Viewer's Choice event. I had a gander at the forums last night to take a look and see, how that's going. Woo! Man, do we have a variety of stuff that's being nominated. Now, one thing I want to emphasize here. The way this event works, the Viewer's Choice event, is that you guys head over to my forums on thekingofhate.com. You go to the general area. There's a thread there for the nominations, and you post up your nominations. This is going to run for about 2 weeks. At this point, we're about halfway through week 1. And then at the beginning of July, I'm going to go through these forum thread, and I'm going to see the most nominated games, and I'm going to make a poll. So the way this works is the games have to be nominated more than once. You see what I mean? So if you go over there and maybe you haven't nominated anything yet, or maybe you have, but you see other games that you're interested in that you want to make the poll, by all means nominate them because they need to be nominated more than once to make the final poll. You see what I'm saying? Some people, I think, posted up one game, and they're like, oh, well, it's posted up, so I don't have to mention that again. No, you have to mention. We're looking for multiple nominations for the games you want to see to hit that poll to vote on. So please, by all means, if the game has been nominated and it's one that you're interested in too, please nominate it again, okay? So multiple nominations to get to that final poll. Also, patrons, those of you who are my patrons, you should have received a private message on patreon.com with details on how you can nominate games for your own prioritized nominations process. One game is going to make it to the final poll based on what the patrons nominate, okay? So a very small group of people are going to have a lot of power in this final process because they're patrons of mine, all right? So please go ahead and do that, guys. I will keep reminding you of it as time goes on. And please continue to nominate. Another week and a half to go. All right, so guys, this is actually my final streaming day of the week. What I mean by that is I stream 6 straight days, and then I have a day off to spend with my wife and do IRL-style stuff, errands and the like that I need to do. So I want to say thanks for a great week. This has been a great week. It's been a fun week. We've had a lot of good variety and content. If you remember, this was a week that very much was thrown a little bit into chaos because of E3. There were 3 different games that I played this week that normally, I wouldn't have. In the last week, I played Fallout 76, which was wild. Then we played The Division 2. Then we played Borderlands 2's final DLC. So those are 3 things that, as a result of E3, I was able to experience those games, all right? And what I like to do is give you a very quick summary of what I think. Fallout 76, a game that really feels unfinished, a game that really feels empty, a game that's full of bugs and glitches, a game that really didn't feel like much fun whatsoever. All that being said, when we tried out the Battle Royal mode, it actually seemed okay. Although the gameplay was very hard to control because the frame rate of the game is so low, it reminded me of playing PUBG on the Xbox One. So in reality, I'm incredibly glad that I skipped Fallout 76. It doesn't seem like anything anyone should spend any money on whatsoever. It honestly, to me, feels like a free-to-play game, okay? That maybe if you liked, then you would spend microtransactions on, much like PUBG. But that does not feel like a game that you should be paying any money for. It's a really broken piece of crap. And even though I played it for free, I have no desire to ever go back to it. If it was free right now, I wouldn't play it again. I'm serious. It's that boring and broken and annoying of a game. I would never play it again. It's just a huge failure. Okay? Division 2. I actually liked the Division 2. I thought the Division 2 was a cool team-based shooter. It had really fun mechanics, functional mechanics. I actually liked the different ability and classes that you can unlock, like the drone and the hopping bomb and throwing off a healing, thing. The teamwork and everything was pretty fun, although admittedly, the fact that the game will repeatedly spawn enemies to your sides and around you is kind of annoying, but I guess that's the whole gimmick of the game, is if they didn't do that, it would be too easy. So I actually liked the Division 2, but admittedly at the same time, this is not a game I would play by myself. It's a game that seems like I would only enjoy playing as a team, with teamwork and communication. And in addition to that, this is not my cup of tea. I'm not into team-based shooters. If I had a group of co-op friends who I love jumping into games with all the time, then maybe I would care about it. You know what I mean? And it seems like that's definitely what it's geared towards, and that's what it succeeds at. Because there are people who like playing team-based shooters, and that's what the Division 2 excels at. But in my opinion, the game does not really do anything to break the mold. It's not really revolutionary. It just kind of is. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's kind of exactly what I've always said. It's not something that I need to really play. I don't need to really play and or cover or review it. Because by skipping it, I miss nothing. Because it's not a game that's made for me, right? It's not made for a solo gamer or streamer like me. It's meant for a team-based kind of a deal that I really don't care about. Alright, so I say it's a good game, and I give much respect to those who like it and play it and dedicate a lot of time to it, but for me, not my cup of tea. Okay? The Borderlands 2 DLC. That was kind of interesting because it was a good way to bridge Borderlands 2 and 3, explaining why Sanctuary, I guess, is destroyed now. That being said, it was pretty much par for the course for Borderlands. Like, even though there's a few things that obviously changed about Borderlands, you had I was the Psycho class, and I was able to do this crazy roided melee ability where I could run through and insta-kill tons of enemies that were supposed to be bullet sponges, but I'm just bonking them on the head and insta-killing them. It was fun. At the same time, it's a co-op based shooter, and even though it had story, it was actually hard to follow the story because there was so much chaos going on in the game. Like, I think starting that DLC at level 30 might have actually been a detriment, because basically they're expecting you to jump right into the fray and know what you're doing when I didn't. And I think maybe starting Borderlands 3 at level 1 and doing a slow build with all your abilities and everything is going to be a lot better than, oh, jump in at level 30, you have everything already, and you're expected to know how to use it and utilize it. And by the way, the entire screen is completely full of enemies at all times and completely chaotic, and you can't make heads or tails of anything going on because there's so many effects and explosions on the screen, you just don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm not necessarily saying that's bad. I'm just saying if it was end game content for someone who hasn't played the game in 7 years, so I really don't feel like I got out of it what others might have. You know what I mean? But it was still fun to play it. And, this was 3 cooperative things that I did over the course of this last week, and I enjoyed all of them. I really did. And I want to say shout out to anyone who joined me for those cooperative experiences. I appreciate that. Whether you played with me or you watched, all right? But there is one thing that I need to say. I noticed that stream engagement and attendance basically kind of gets low when I play these co-op games. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you guys feel that I'm not engaged enough with the stream chat because I'm interacting with my co-op partners instead. Maybe it's because these games aren't really narrative based, so there's nothing really to follow. All you're seeing is repetitive gameplay of shooting, basically. You see what I mean? There may be many different factors involved, all right? And I'm going to be very honest with all of you. After seeing how this week panned out with me doing all this kind of co-op stuff, I'm curious about the future because there's a few co-op games on the docket, that I'm looking forward to. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 in July is one of them. I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, and I absolutely love doing playthroughs of those years and years ago. But I'm curious, will anyone care about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, or are we at an era now where when I do co-op games, you guys just don't care anymore? You know what I mean? Now, the thing is, if you guys aren't aware, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is on the Switch, which means there's no voice communication for it, which means I can interact with you guys a lot because I'm going to have no one to talk to during the gameplay. In fact, it's going to be just me doing commentary over the gameplay and then talking with you because there's no team-based chat on the Switch. So maybe that'll be a little bit different. Now, coming up in September, we've got Borderlands 3. And I'm very interested in playing the game, but is this going to be another situation where, people just aren't engaged because they think that I'm not engaged because I'm teaming up with people and talking to the people? You see what I mean? So I'm not sure what to do. I'm honestly not sure what to do. I want your opinions on this. Should I play? By the way, I'm playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 no matter what. That's not even up for debate. I want to play it that badly because I liked the first two games. So that's going to happen no matter what in July. But the question is, do you guys want to see me play Borderlands 3 in September? Or is this a skip? Is this at this point a skip where it's not that big of a deal because it's co-op and you guys don't want to see it? It's up to you, really. I'm going to be taking in your feedback over the next few months here, and see what you guys have to say, and go from there, okay? All right, so we shall see. So a couple other things to talk about. Kat is currently making a delicious batch of homemade chili, and the house smells great right now. She was up early this morning browning some ground beef and added all kinds of fun ingredients, all kinds of seasonings, stewed tomatoes, pinto beans, all kinds of ingredients into the slow cooker. And I went down there this morning. She was already cooking in the kitchen, and she says, "Can you cut this onion for me while I do everything else?" I'm like, okay, because I'm actually pretty good at cutting an onion. I learned this technique while making my Italian sauce. That makes it pretty easy to cut because my eyes are very susceptible to onion scent, onion fumes, whatever you want to call it. That makes your eyes burn and water and basically makes you tear up and cry. So we had a giant onion, huge onion. So I cut it all up. My eyes, I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, my eyes are burning out of my head. I'm crying like a baby. But it was pretty cool. Toss the onion in there, and it's slow cooking down there right now. And oh my God, the house smells great. I don't smell it as well because I'm in an air-conditioned office with the door closed, but oh man, I could smell it simmering. It simmers for 4 hours, which is amazing. Right now it's only been slow cooking, simmering for about an hour. It's going to go for another 3 hours. So this entire afternoon as I'm playing Final Fantasy IX, my stomach's going to be going like, oh my God. This is going to be so good. So anyway, Golden Coal says you put bread in your mouth so you don't cry when you cut an onion. Is that true? If you put a piece of bread in your mouth, does it stop you from crying? That would be pretty crazy. Maybe the salivation of your mouth stops the irritation? I don't know. I've never tried that one before. Is that a homemade remedy or something? I'll have to try that. Golden Coal says that's true. It's facts. All right. I'll have to try it. Okay, so anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. A little bit of home, people like it when I break the fourth wall sometimes. I talk about stuff going on behind the scenes. So we're going to have some delicious chili for dinner. I can't wait. All right, last thing. Let's talk about the schedule. Because this next week is going to be an interesting week, guys. It really is, with all the stuff coming up. So today we're doing Final Fantasy IX. 4 more hours of JRPG goodness here on the early stream. I'm looking forward to it. As you know, when I play Final Fantasy IX, this stream is very interactive. Because it's a turn-based RPG, outside of the story unfolding, a lot of it's just repetitive combat and the like. So we have lots of opportunity to talk and hang out and just have a chill feeling stream. I'm very excited for this, okay? So far, so good. I'm 16 hours into Final Fantasy IX. I really like it. Looking forward to more. I get the feeling I'm not even halfway through at this point, which is a good thing, okay? So, let's see how this goes today. Okay, Final Fantasy IX. Now tonight, 2 more hours of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations as well. We're in the second investigation of Case 5, the final case of the game. Things are going zany and nuts and just out of control at this point. I don't know what's happening, and I guess we're going to find out, because tonight we're probably finally going to get some explanation as to what the hell is going on here in this case. So that should be fun. 2 hours of Phoenix Wright tonight with narration and voice acting and all the like, just like I always do. As I said, tomorrow is my day off, but I'll be back on Friday with a new release. It's Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. It's the modern remake of the PlayStation 1 classic racing game that some people still hold in their hearts as a beloved game from their childhood. And people have been telling me they absolutely can't wait for me to play this remake because they loved that original game so much. Apparently it has a story mode plus online play. I'm going to tackle it much like I did Team Sonic Racing last month, where I'll play through all the different various modes. And that starts on Friday, okay? Friday night, I'll be playing MLB The Show 19, a 2-hour chill stream. The good news is with MLB The Show, I stopped being a pinch hitter. I finally got into the main roster of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and we're in a main season. I got a 5-year, like crazy, millions of dollars a year contract, and it's been a lot more fun now that that's happened, so I'm looking forward to that nice chill stream Friday night. Saturday, I'll be doing more Crash Team Racing, okay, and Saturday night, I'm probably going to do more Mortal Kombat, is what I'm thinking, because I played with Shang Tsung yesterday, and by the way, my verdict on Shang Tsung, the first DLC character from Mortal Kombat 11, I think he's quite fun. He's interesting. He has a good variety of gameplay. He can play completely zoned and dominate the screen. At the same time, up close, he's not bad either. He's got a few interesting mix-ups and the like that I like, and a decent amount of combos. So I like the character. I don't think he's top tier, but I do think he'll be okay, kind of mid-tier. And I want to play with him a little bit more. So I'm probably going to do like another 2-hour multiplayer stream, probably Saturday night, of Mortal Kombat 11 with him. Then on Sunday, we'll see what happens, because if I'm still doing Crash Team Racing and it's going strong, people want more of it, I'll do it. If not, we'll switch back to Final Fantasy IX. And then probably Sunday night, I'll do more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. All right. And then for the rest of the week, we'll see. But there's lots of new content next week. If you guys aren't aware, we've got the new game Judgment from the makers of Yakuza. This is a game that apparently is kind of similar to the Yakuza universe. However, it's an investigation game, kind of like LA Noire. So that's going to be pretty neat. I'm checking that out this week. And then later on in the week, we got the Sunken City and Super Mario Maker 2. So lots of new game content coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm very excited for. I hope you guys are excited for it as well. All right. That's the schedule, guys. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's very briefly do a plug segment, and then we'll move on to a shout-out segment, and then we'll get started here with the stream. All right, so thank you guys so much for 11 years of support, and I mean that. 11 years on a daily basis, I've been able to share my gameplay experiences with all of you on the internet, first being a full-time YouTuber, and then when that ad revenue bottom fell out from YouTube in 2017, I became a full-time streamer in the past, 2 to 2.5 years. Have been pretty amazing, and I've really enjoyed myself. All right, that being said, I'm appreciative of everything that you guys do for me and hanging out with me every day and everything. And I love my job. I wouldn't want to change this for the world. Although I realize long term probably it's not viable, and that's why eventually I would like to phase out of streaming as much as I do and maybe balance my life a little bit more with maybe some offline, employment. But that's a little bit further down the line. I can't really afford to do that yet. So the bottom line is, guys, if you love all these daily live streams that I do, 6 days a week, all day long, I'm here on stream. If you like the on-demand, long-form videos that I upload to YouTube, and you like all this and you want to see it continue, I rely pretty much solely on crowdfunding to keep things going. And it's pretty much mostly your on-stream contributions, although there are a few other methods that you can support me as well. So I'm going to go through those right now. First, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. I already mentioned on this pre-stream how this month the patrons are currently nominating games for the patrons' choice, for the viewers' choice playthrough that will get priority placement in that final poll. There's many other perks as well. I don't want to go into massive detail about it. Please check it out, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Thanks to anyone who already pledges. Also, I have a Teespring merchandise shop where I sell all kinds of fun stuff, including t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, etc. Good quality stuff. I can attest, I own a bunch of it. It's never worn out, and it's really nice shirts and the like. So give it a look. Anything you buy helps me out, and you get a cool collectible. Very nice. But in particular, if you're here live on the stream, chances are you probably would like to contribute during the live stream and get a shout out for your contributions, which is what it's all about in interactive streaming. So if you either cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a verbal shout out. But keep in mind, it's subjective what I say and do on my own streams, and therefore I have the ability to not respond to something if I feel it will derail the stream, or it's negative or drama-esque or insulting. You know what I mean? We don't talk about politics or religion on the stream because they are too divisive and they cause arguments, and we also don't bring up negative memes about myself or others. Not to say that, jokes aren't allowed, but in general, the drama stuff we like to keep off the stream. This is going to be a nice, chill Final Fantasy IX stream. We don't want to derail it with garbage, all right? If you are the top cheerer or top tipper of the day, I will put you up on my stream stats leaderboard at the top of your screen, as you guys can see up there. All right, it's a cool way to get recognition. Also, at the top of your screens right now, you can see there's a cheering leaderboard. All right, this is going to keep track of the top cheerers of the week. So it's an extra way for you to get recognition if you decide to cheer, okay? So there's many ways for you to contribute. And you may ask, well, you just mentioned a ton. What's the best way? Right now, guys, the best way to contribute would be by tipping me. Reason being, those tips I am actually putting towards the cost of all the new games that are coming out in the next few weeks. Already, I believe I raised enough last night to buy Crash Team Racing. But just the next week, I've got 3 more games to buy. And then I've got probably 2 to 3 more games to buy again in early July. So your tips are helping a lot right now, okay? How do you tip? There's 2 ways to do it. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on. Or you can type ! Tip into the stream chat. Either way, boy, I tongue twisted that one. Let's try that again. Either one of those methods will bring up a link to my PayPal tips page. All right. All right, new face of creation. Goodbye. You're out of here for good. I'm done with this. New face of creation talking junk. And now he's out of here. You want to repeat detractor memes? You're out of here for good. Because I knew he was going to do that. I saw it happening. I said goodbye and get out of here. You're done. And I mean it too. That's it. You had a million chances and you never learned your fucking lesson and you're out of here now. So good riddance to bad rubbish. You're a bad apple. You always derail the stream chat. You always say negative shit. And you're out of here. Goodbye. Don't ask to come back, by the way, either. You're not coming back. Okay, continuing on. So, doing either of those methods, clicking on the tips jar button or typing ! Tip into the stream chat will bring up a link to my PayPal tips page. All right. And a couple things about tipping. Number 1, you can either tip anonymously, meaning just say anonymous or make up a name, or you can leave your real name in a message if you'd like. I know some people like to be anonymous to avoid any kind of trolling or whatever on the internet, and that's totally cool. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, you don't need a PayPal account to tip me. You can use a debit or credit card to tip me. It's another misconception too, all right? So please consider tipping me. Tipping me helps more than anything. Now, by the way, I'm not looking to give horse in the mouth. Cheering, subbing, those things are great too. But in this case, tipping me helps me more in the short term now because of all the game costs coming up in the next few weeks. So please consider it. All right, guys? Fair enough? Alrighty then. Let's continue, shall we? Let's get the shout-outs. For those who have contributed, let's start updating the leaderboard and the like, all right? Fair enough. All right, we start off with overnight. There was a few different contributions that I'd like to call out. We actually start off with Lord Street Guru, who subscribed overnight. Thank you very much, Lord Street Guru, for that subscription. I appreciate that. We had Tantamounter, who did a 200-bit cheer. Thank you, Tantamounter, for the 200-bit overnight cheer. Polish Frog did a 50-bit cheer and asked something, and I'd like to pose this to all of you. Let's see how you guys respond to this, because I'm curious to see your input. Ready? Let's listen to what Polish Frog had to say. He said, Phil, I remember you talking about how we could donate PSN credits, but you didn't know the best way we could do it. I think I figured out how you can make a public Amazon wish list and add PlayStation Network digital credit codes to your wish list. There's $10, $20, $25, $50, and $75 credit codes that you could add. You can even add digital game codes and DLC to the wish list, and we can buy those as a way to donate. Hope you consider this, because I think it would make it easier for you to give games and credit and the like. What do you guys think about that? All right, what do you guys think about that? I'm being very honest, I'm curious. Do you think that if I set up an Amazon wish list with things like digital credit or the upcoming games that are coming out, all right, Do you think that would be helpful, and do you think people would look at that and say, oh, okay, this is an easy way to see how I can help Phil out, and they would actually help out with that stuff? Or is it still, commonly seen? Because this same question was posed years ago, by the way. And at that point, when I posed this question, people answered, oh, no, people who have, these kind of wish lists are basically seen as, like, negative people who are just asking for things. And, basically I was told, don't do it. It would just create negative stuff if I created an Amazon wish list. Now, understand, if I made an Amazon wish list, it would solely be for work. It would be games coming up and PSN credit codes. That's it. That's all it would be. It wouldn't be, I'm going to put crazy shit on there. I'll give you a perfect example. Recently, via a lot of the discussions that we've been having on streams, people have asked me, what is something that I would like to do around here that I can't afford? And I said, I would like to set up my backyard. I'd like to put down an outdoor rug and some chairs and a table, and like a little grill, and be able to, like, grill outside during the summer. But I'm not going to put that on an Amazon wish list. You see what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be like that. It would just be stuff for the business. That would be it. Stuff for the streams. That's all it would be. Okay? Exactly, Crazy Dream. Just games and codes, and that's it. All right. What do you guys think? First of all, I guess the question would be, would this be something that you guys would be interested in actually contributing to? If you had a list of things to help out the streams, would you be, oh, okay, I think I'll go support Phil by getting one of those things? You know what I mean? Theo does stream, says, could the trolls fuck with the wish list? I have no idea. I know absolutely nothing about Amazon wish lists. Zero. So if I don't know if there's a way to screw with it or not. I don't know if there's a comment system. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works. This is, I'm completely new to this subject. So I have no idea. Golden Cold says, could they place orders and cancel them? I have no idea. I guess my question would be, how would that negatively affect me? They could place orders and cancel them. Who cares, right? I mean, the way I see it is, if I get the digital code, great, I'll use it. If I don't get it, someone bought you this, the order was canceled. Who cares? How does that negatively affect anything, right? Yeah, Combat says there's a way to try to fake buy an item and cancel before shipping, but that's about the only way I can think about how they would try. See, and here's the thing. I would just set it up for digital only, so it wouldn't matter. How do you buy it and then cancel shipping? There wouldn't be any shipping. You see what I mean? I really don't think, I don't think that, I think the only trolling that could happen would be minimal, you know what I mean? But again, I don't know much about this. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll pose this question, over the course of today's stream and maybe tomorrow too. So if you guys know anything about how these wish lists work, and if you think this is a good idea, let me know. All right? Give me your opinion. If you think this is a terrible idea and there's a good reason why, tell me. Let me know. Because, if it's something that's easy for people, I like Phil as a streamer. I want to help him out. Maybe let me see how I can help him. Oh, look, he has a list of PSN credits, and here's some games he wants to play. I'll get something. Boom. That's easy. That makes it convenient, right? But I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works or not. Okay. All right, let me know. But anyway, Polish Frog, thank you for the suggestion. And then overnight, we had one more tip from Look Here, Look Listen, who tipped me $1 and said, take my money. Okay, I took your money. There you go. All right, so now we start off with contributions here on the live stream since it's been live. We started off with a subscription from Heaving Earth, who subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Heaving Earth, for the sub. I appreciate that. Then we got Nasif, who subscribed for 13 months. Thank you very much, Nasif, for 13 months of support. I appreciate that. Sambuca 2020 resubscribed for 6 months and said, hi, Phil. What's up, Sambuca? And welcome to the stream. And congrats on the 6 months of support, because now you earned your golden chat crown. Very nice. Retro Cerberus did a $3 tip and says, good times. Thank you, Retro Cerberus. You are the biggest tipper so far. Let me go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard. Oops, $3. Thank you very much for that. Golden Colts did an 80-bit cheer, and he says, I'll start, get me up there. All right, let me get Golden Colts up there as the first cheerer of the day. 80 bits. Very nice. Komori the Bat tipped me $1 and asks the following. I wanted to know, since you said you talked about Bloodstained Ritual of the Night yesterday, were you considering a playthrough of it as a downtime thing? We talked about it a lot yesterday, no lie. A lot of people asked about this yesterday. All right, here's my feelings. I, personally, like Metroidvania games. I think they're fun. I think that they're interesting with the exploration and the different combat mechanics when you earn the different items and or abilities or weapons in the games, and now you can take on this other enemy type with this new weapon. You can now blow up this door or this wall with this new weapon, right? I've always liked that. Metroid and Castlevania have been great franchises in my opinion. I love the 2D classic, side-scrolling kind of gameplay. All right, and I actually played 2 different Metroid games. I forget which ones. And I also played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, as well as a few other of those style of games over the years. All right, so I've played those games before. But sadly, and this is kind of the sad truth, is that every time I've tried to play a Metroidvania style game over the 11 years that I've been a content creator, it's failed. And I'm talking not only when I was just a YouTuber, but also since I've been a full-time streamer. I played games like Ori and the Blind Forest, Child of Light. There was one I just played this last year. I did an Indies marathon, and it was a really good one. I really enjoyed it. I can't remember the name of it right now. Axiom Verge. I just remembered. Axiom Verge. And that's just the 3 that come to mind. There's more than that. I've played probably 4 or 5 of them over the years. Every single time that I've played one of these games, my viewing audience tells me the game is boring to watch. It's probably fun to play, but boring to watch, and I should be doing something else. And every time I've played one of these games, viewing attendance dropped dramatically, and contributions dropped dramatically, and everyone screamed for me to play something else. Okay? So, the thing is, it doesn't even matter the quality of the game. We're talking Ori and the Blind Forest, which is one of the most acclaimed and hailed Metroidvania games ever. That couldn't retain an audience for more than 2 hours. People told me they were bored to tears, and I should be doing something else. Now, the truth of the matter is, I don't think that these games are bad at all. I think what it is my viewing audience in general is catered to a more action-based game. So, for example, Dark Souls, tons of constant action and constant deaths. Fighting games, tons of constant action. First-person shooters, tons of constant action. You see what I mean? Now, compare that with my other playthroughs, like this one today, Final Fantasy IX or Phoenix Wright. I guarantee you today we're going to have low attendance on stream all day long, because these is a different style of game. The good news is I'm a variety streamer, right? I'm a variety streamer. I like being able to play a wide variety of games. I enjoy them. And the fact that I balance new hot releases and action-based games with more slow-paced games like Final Fantasy, etc., allows me to play that variety of games. If I only played slow-paced games, I probably would not be able to do this for a living and everything would fail. And I'm just being serious about this right here. Okay? So that being said, not that I didn't think about playing Bloodstained. I actually did, and I seriously considered it. But the fact that I'm already amidst 2 playthroughs that I know for a fact are not hooking me mainstream viewership, both Final Fantasy IX and Phoenix Wright, I didn't think it made any freaking sense for me to be playing Bloodstained. You see what I mean? Plus, again, just the history of me doing these games has said, don't play it, because people basically don't watch when you play these style of games for whatever reason. This is not something negative against the game whatsoever, at all. All right? I believe the game is great. Everyone who's playing it is saying, yes, it feels like classic Castlevania, and Konami isn't pumping these games out anymore because they're a bunch of idiots. So why not play this game from the original creators, right? I agree with you. And more than likely, this is a game that I could probably play and enjoy a lot. But it's not going to make any sense for me to do it right now, because number one, I've already got 2 slower moving games that I'm playing. And number 2, there's a ton of new release content coming out in the next few weeks that more than likely I'm going to get more mainstream attention on. And when I judge games to play for stream, you have to understand, it's very difficult. Because sometimes I play games because I absolutely want to play them. Sometimes I play games because they're popular. And sometimes I play games because they're new releases and they're going to bring in views. So that's the kind of 3 different considerations. And right now what I need to do is balance my streaming so that it allows me to play a game like Final Fantasy IX and Phoenix Wright, but also balance it with stuff that is going to bring in that attention. I know that playing certain games is going to bring in attention, and I just got to kind of do that, you know? I can't just make my streams all stuff that only 200 people are going to watch, because then I'm going to lose that viewership from the mainstream that I need to keep stuff going. Just being very honest with all of you. It's tough. It's not easy decisions when it comes to what I play and what I don't play on stream. It's actually quite challenging to decide what I am going to play. And it's actually funny because if Bloodstained had come out any other time of the year when things are slower, I would have played it. But it came out at a time when I'm already doing all this other stuff, and there's all this other new release content coming out at the same time. It just seems like bad timing, you know? Right now, we're in a situation where there's tons of games coming out in the next month, while usually in the summer there's not. It's usually the complete opposite, where the summertime is very dead. This year, it's the complete opposite, where there's a ton of content, a ton of games coming out in the next month, to the point where I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play all the ones that I'm interested in, because there's so many of them coming out. It's an oddity this year. So, you know, I understand that Bloodstained right now is very hot on Twitch. I get that, but will it be hot in a week? You know what I mean? When you've got Crash Team Racing, Judgment, Sunken City, Super Mario Maker 2 all coming out next week, will anyone be talking about Bloodstained? You see what I mean? And I think what a lot of people get, it's a misconception about me as a streamer. I'm not one of these people who jumps on every fad. I'm just not. I'm not a fad streamer who plays Bloodstained for 2 days, and then when the fad dies out, I stop playing it and drop the playthrough and I move on to another game. As you guys know, typically, when I play a game, alright, I play a game till completion. If Bloodstained truly is a full Castlevania game, I would guarantee that game's like 20 or more hours long. Those games are pretty fucking long, alright? So for me, it's so hot right now. Yeah, you're right, but in 3 days it won't be. No one will talk about it ever again. And if I start playing Bloodstained, I'll be stuck with this unfinished playthrough that now I'm, you know, trying to finish up, when in reality, everyone's yelling at me now, why aren't you playing Crash Team Racing? Why aren't you playing this next game, right? It's tough. So, Komori the Bat, I know that was an insanely long explanation. So, in summary, I don't feel that right now it makes sense for me to play the game, even though it's popular on Twitch, because I'm already playing 2 games that don't bring in a lot of attention. By history, it's told me that Metroidvania games are not within a game realm that my mainstream audience wants to see. Not to say anything negative about the game at all, because I probably would really enjoy it. Is it a possibility that in the future I would play the game? Yes. But it looks like at this point, the answer is no, it's not going to happen. Alright? So there you go. Fair enough. Moving on. Sambuca did a 200-bit cheer. That makes Sambuca the top cheer of the day. He says, looking forward to a chill stream, Brother Phil. Thank you, Sambuca. I am too. I absolutely am too. I wonder if we'll have another crazy optional boss like the book that we had last stream that took me an hour and a half to beat. That was pretty nuts, but I got it done, right? Grayside Will cheered. He says, DSP the only honest and true gamer on Twitch. I don't believe that. I believe there's many, many people like me out there. I just believe that sadly a lot of them don't get the notoriety or attention because the other people who are the paid shills overshadow them. And that really sucks. I'm one of the rare people who still gets attention for being honest because I've been around for so long, you know? Shout out to Crazy Dream, who's gifted a sub to Moeezy. Or is it? No, it's either Moeezy or Mosey. It's probably Mosey. Congratulations, Mosey, and thank you, Crazy Dream, for the support. Kill Bill cheered. He says, I'm watching your Need for Speed Payback playthrough on YouTube. You seem to really dislike the game in every aspect, but I'm glad you're fighting your way through. Has there ever been a game you played that you really didn't want to finish, but did because the viewers were interested? Yeah, Need for Speed Payback. I'm not even kidding you. Multiple times during that playthrough, I said I wanted to quit, and people were like, no, you got to keep playing. I was like, but I really don't like this fucking game. It really stinks. Can we stop playing it? And people were like, no, you have to keep playing it. And I was like, no, but really, like, when I play this game, I feel like I'm, you know, nails on a chalkboard, someone's stabbing me in my balls. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it. Can I stop playing it? And people were like, nope, you got to keep playing it. And I was like, God damn it. The bottom line is Kill Bill. I'm sure there are many games like that over the years. The thing is, I don't really remember them. Like, for me, I play so many games that everything is like, okay, right now I remember, but it's very hard for me to look back over my 11 years and say, oh yeah, I remember 3 games, you know. That's crazy tough for me to do. So, interestingly enough, this may be something to ask about retrospective events. You know what I mean? Like, for example, this may be something interesting when I do my next retrospective event. What playthroughs did Phil play and he really hated the games, and we can watch him go back and suffer, right? That could be a fun thing to do for the next retrospective event. Maybe something for someone to look up, right? All right, continuing on. Hank, what's up, Hank? He tipped me $1. He said, just my 2 cents. I watched your Borderlands 1 playthrough, which was single player, but I never gave a toss about your Borderlands 2 playthrough. It just didn't appeal to me because you played it multiplayer. Yeah, you see, and I think that that's true, that there's actually a group of people who really just enjoy watching me play things by myself and giving my honest opinions by myself, and maybe even now interacting with stream chat, versus me focused in on interacting with a team. Because, again, there's 2 dichotomies here. Number 1, it takes me away from the focus of the game instead because I'm just kind of talking to a team. And number 2, it takes me away from focusing on interaction with the stream chatters because I'm focusing with the team. So I understand that, and that's why I'm saying maybe a game like Borderlands 3 isn't something I should do. That's why I'm looking for everybody's feedback, so please let me know. Thanks, Hank, for your input. JGoo1224 did a 100-bit cheer. He said, let's get a good stream today. Thank you very much. Darkside Bill tipped me $10. Says, have you thought about being a titty streamer? Well, number 1, no, because I'm ugly, and no one would want to see that. Number 2, because it's immoral, and I'm against it. And number 3, because I'd be banned from Twitch. So there's 3 good reasons why I shouldn't do it. All right, there you go. Very nice. But thank you for the $10 tip regardless. Okay, let's continue on. Grayside Will cheered and said, free new face of creation? No. I'm tired of him being an asshole to me. Once again, he's doing it again this morning. He literally does this every day. And then I don't say anything about it for a while. And I give him big leeway. And then eventually I ban him because he pisses me off for being a constant nuisance. And then he begs to come back. He goes to the mods and he kisses their balls. And he sends me multiple emails apologizing profusely. I'll never do it again. And then he just does it again. I'm fucking tired of his dumb shit. Enough is enough, you know. Your 47th chance is enough chances. So fucking good riddance to bad rubbish. Shadow Steve cheered. He says, hey Phil, will you be playing Fire Emblem Tree Houses? Oh, excuse me. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, not Tree Houses. Next month. I don't know anything about it. It's not on my list of game releases right now, so chances are I will not be playing that next month, okay? Walgreen did a 50-bit cheers as, Phil, will you ever watch Avengers Endgame, as all Marvel movies will go to Disney new streaming service and not Netflix anymore? I don't know. Right now, I certainly can't afford another streaming service, that's for sure. So, chances are, I guess not. Unless I pay to rent it for a few bucks or something. I guess I'll never see the end of it. I'll never see how it ended. Oh well. I'll just assume that, like, Ant-Man shrunk down and went up Thanos' ass and punched his testicles from the inside or something. I don't know. I guess that's what happened. I have no idea. Tyrone tipped me $1. Says, got to get a grill stream for the chill stream. I don't know why people would want to see me grill. That's pretty ridiculous. And no, I would not be grilling from my backyard if I had a grill. Let me try that again. Yes, I would be grilling from my backyard. No, I would not be streaming the grilling from my backyard if I got a grill. Let's put it that way. Hank tipped me another $10. Wow, thank you, sir. He says, congrats on your 2 victories yesterday in Call of Duty Black Ops. Fantastic with a second place to boot. At the moment, I'm re-enjoying your Dragon Quest XI playthrough and loving it all over again. Now I'm pumped for another 4 hours of JRPG fun. Yeah, I will actually go as far to say that I feel that Dragon Quest XI playthrough last year was one of my best ever. Like, not only did I really enjoy that game, turn-based mechanics, great, you know, graphics. I certainly liked the music. Most people hated it because it was meaty style. I liked the music. I thought everything about the game was great, insane, you know, insanely good long plot, and then it reboots and has a second plot. It's like 2 games in one. And then, you know, the interaction that I had with the viewers during that time frame was amazing. We had so many good, fun conversations and just chill nights together playing that game at long form. And I'm hoping we can get that with Final Fantasy IX as well, because I'm really digging it. All right, so thank you for that, Hank. Building Realism did 100-bit cheers. And what makes you want to keep your goatee? Well, number 1, I think I look better with it than without it, just being honest. Number 2, my wife likes it. So there's 2 good reasons. James the Beastie cheered. He says, forgive me if you touched on this. I saw the FTC is investigating YouTube on its content that's available towards kids. Oh, yeah. That's the Federal Trade Commission are investigating YouTube because they're basically saying, why is it that YouTube is a website that doesn't regulate what children can watch on it? At any time, kids are going and watching Logan Paul, doing a video in front of hanging dead bodies in a suicide forest, and you know, they're watching disgusting videos of filth and drama and shit, you know, things that are really making kids seeing harmful stuff that they shouldn't be watching, and YouTube doesn't regulate it at all. Anyone can make an account on YouTube and say they're any age and just get right in to see whatever. Now, in reality, I agree with you. I agree with some people who are saying that's not the FTC's place to step in and do, that it should be the parents who are policing what kids see on the internet. I actually agree with that sentiment 100%. I think that really one of the major reasons why the world is in the situation we're in is because parents don't parent anymore. They hand their kids a smartphone or a fucking, you know, a tablet and say, here, occupy yourself while I go do whatever I want. And then the kid just fucking goes off and does fucked up shit. All right? So I'm sorry. I really do feel that 95% of the blame here is on the parents. But we do have to look at this situation objectively and say, YouTube literally is a business model that just says, do whatever the fuck you want. And then after the fact, if someone finds out something's bad, then we'll try to take care of it, but we won't always even take action. And this has become a cesspool for really bad behaviors, toxicity, drama, and in regards to the content that's the top content and promoted content on YouTube, complete trash. The website has gone from a place where 10 years ago it was, if you have talent and you have passion, you have a way to be noticed on the internet without money to put into production values, you can still get noticed and then get popularity on the internet. It's completely become the opposite now. If you have money and you are a drama queen, you can now make drama videos and stupid pranks and dumb shit, and YouTube will push you to the forefront of the site to get noticed, and there's little to anything of quality that really gets any attention on YouTube anymore. You know what I mean? It really is an online culture that's dying because of the lack of any kinds of rules or regulations of what is allowed to be popular. And you could always argue censorship, and I will agree with you that to some extent that censorship is bad, but right now there's zero censorship, and what we've seen is that the biggest, filthiest, disgusting drama crap has come to the top, and that's not a valid, you know, website anymore. Like, you go to YouTube, you look at the top shit, you're like, what the fuck am I looking at? What is this? Like, this is complete garbage, and this is what's popular on this site, right? So the FTC is looking into this because basically what they're saying is any kid could just jump on YouTube and see all this really bad, irresponsible stuff that kids should not be looking at, and is YouTube responsible for it? Also, I actually believe they're being looked into for being a monopoly because they're saying, yeah, YouTube really is the #1 guys for video sharing, and is this fair that literally every other business that comes up against them and tries to compete fails? I don't know what's going to happen. I guess we're going to find out. At least for me, what I can say is thank God I diversified and became a full-time streamer a couple years ago. Because, I mean, everything, all signs are pointing to YouTube falling apart. Like, literally everything right now, you're pointing at, wow, YouTube is falling apart. They're in trouble, you know, and YouTubers can't, you know, or can't make a living anymore. So they're just making drama crap now to get noticed from immature people. And I'm just glad I got out of there when I did. Seriously. All right, continuing on. #1 black man tipped me $1 and says, why don't you use nutritional suppositories instead of eating at Olive Garden every day? Because it just wouldn't be as delicious. What can I say? Right? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but thanks for your $1 tip anyway. Continuing on. The Hate tipped me $1 and says, do a body count redemption run. We demand it. No, but thank you for the $1 tip. Mithrandir tipped me $2. Said, just tuned in. What is the new direction? I have no idea. I'm not sure what you're talking about. And Real American History tipped me $1 and says, how do you feel when cops buy Burger King for sociopaths? That's just the downfall of our society, I guess, guys. What can I say? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so far for all your contributions and your support on the stream in particular. Shout out to Sambuca with the top cheer and to Darkside Bill with the top tip. Let's go ahead and check on sub count. We have lost all of our subs completely. Actually, we haven't, but subs went way down because there was a big sub bomb about a month ago. I'm actually curious. Let's see. What's today? Today is the 18th? No, the 19th. What was going on around the 19th of last month? We had... Well, I was playing Rage 2. There was Team Sonic Racing. Honestly, I'm not sure what it was. But it looks like we had a big sub bomb last month. And those subs have now expired. Those gifted subs. So we're only up to 5,205 subs right now. What a big loss. That sucks, man. Actually, that's completely wrong. Let me fix that. We're at 505 subs. 505 subs. So we went down a lot. Not much you can do about that, especially when, like I said, when there's a sub bomb at one point, and then that sub bomb goes away. You're gonna tend to lose subs. What can you do, right? But there you go. Sambuca 2020 just tipped me $50. Wow, thank you very much, Sambuca. He says, Phil, I've enjoyed your streams for years. I'll continue to support you in the long haul. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard. The top tip of the day, Sambuca. He also says he's frustrated about the whole condo situation in Connecticut and how it's screwing me over. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And the bottom line is the only way to get out of it is basically to hurt myself. You know what I mean? There's no way to easily get out of that situation besides like ruin my own credit, which I think I have to do. I don't know what else to do. So it is what it is. And, you know, I'm working on it behind the scenes. Don't worry about that. But thank you very much for the tip. I appreciate that very much. And with that, I finished my last sip of Mio water. And now I crunch the bottle extremely loudly. Oh. Okay, there you go. There's your bottle crunch of the stream, guys. Okay. All right, guys. Let us end the pre-stream. Okay. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's jump into Final Fantasy IX. A fun, interactive Final Fantasy IX stream that I hope you're looking forward to. Let's do this. Here we go.